3, 2, 1. Ahoy Maloy! Welcome to Cypher's Fit Gaming. I'm your host D Cypher, and we are talking about A Haunting in Venice. This is our review live stream. If you watched one of these before, welcome back. Thanks for coming to check out my just raw, random, unhinged thoughts on this movie. And if you haven't seen one of these before, basically this is like a review. Usually they're edited videos, but lately I have some in real life events that I have to attend to. So I've been just doing a bunch of live streams for right now until I can sit down and actually edit videos. So it's just kind of like, you get a little peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes type situation. But without further ado, the movie that we're talking about, I saw this last night, but by the time I got home, it was about 11 o'clock ish. So I just was like, all right, I'll just do this tomorrow when I get time. But I'm doing some spring cleaning, like I said. So I saw A Haunting in Venice. So that is the latest in the murder in the mystery genre by the director Kenneth Branagh. I don't know if you can see me when I point to the director, but that's the guy with the candle in the bottom of the screen. He also plays the titular character. I don't know why I said titular, because he's not in the title. He also plays the main character, Hercule Poirot. So that's pretty cool. He's a really fun detective. On our left, we have Tina Fey. She's in the movie, and she plays his friend, even though she wasn't in the previous movies, but that's okay. She was cool. I'm not really familiar with her, but that's Kelly Riley. I haven't seen her in anything. This is Jamie Dornan. He was in the 50 Shades of Grey movies, and I didn't know that. I had to actually Google that, so don't think I'm sitting here talking to you as an expert. I'm talking to you as someone who has Googled this before I did this live stream. And then right here we have the wonderfully talented Michelle Yeoh. That's how I'm going to say it. And she's really good. She killed it in this movie. And there we go. So that's the cast. Oh, and also there's a special thanks. So anyone who chats or enters the chat, like, who is this? Colleen will be in the special thanks segment of this review. Like in the description. It's like, hey, thanks for joining in. So, you are much appreciated. I can do the whole thing. I don't know if you want to put the first and last name, so I'll just stick with first name. And yeah, thanks for, just saying hey or, whatever. So thanks for dropping by. So let's talk budget. This time I'm ready for you guys. So let me get that typed up in. While I'm getting it ready though, you can guess. You can guess in the comments section. What do you think that in October, this is technically a September film that is PG-13 and it's a murder mystery, so no crazy special effects. What do you think this movie is budgeted? Keep in mind, they didn't probably shoot this in America. They probably shot it in Venice on location, so that goes into the cost factor as well. So while you're thinking, I'm gonna tell you the answer. Budget of $60 million. Hope you were fast to the draw to guess that. 60 M. That's what they do. So it has a budget of $60 million, and currently its current box office performance is about $90 million. So it has not made enough money just yet, but it at least covered some of the initial cost. So if you want a rough estimate on how I get those numbers, basically the budget is 60. You need to make it at least 120. You have to double your budget, and you have to double your budget and then some, because if they spent $60 million to make the movie, pay the actors, pay for locations, pay for the crew, then they got to spend $60 million to market this movie, even though I don't feel like this movie was heavily marketed. So maybe they didn't spend that much on marketing. So it's like a rough estimate. But yeah, you want to at least make 120, which would be double your budget number. So now on to our next thing. Let's talk some just general thoughts on the movie. So I kind of have it in a list article thingy for me, a listicle, you could say. And I'm just going to read it out to you guys. Maybe I'll put something on the screen. Sure. You know what? I sure will. So this was the genre of this was mystery, but with this particular film, they gave it hints of horror. And as far as, main characters, let's put that on the screen. What I thought about the main characters. So we had Kenneth Branagh, as I told you, and he plays the main detective, Hercule Poirot. He killed it. His performance was good. I like him. He's like a character. He's so extra He, is just like not normal. It's like, oh yes, we must do the details and the list. And I just love his little accent. I love how his mannerisms. That's what it is. His mannerisms are really good. And I'm just a fan of mystery and like detective stuff, Sherlock Holmes type things. I really liked it. Michelle Yeoh, really good. She was definitely, yeah. I'm like, okay. And at first, I was like, am I gonna like this? And I was like, yeah, I did like this. And Tina Fey, she was just now on the screen. You missed it. She was really good as well. So Tina Fey, really good job. She was killing it. I enjoyed Tina Fey. So that's it as far as like main characters. Everybody else was there too, but it was like, whatever. Like I said, Jamie Dornan, he played I don't know, what do you have? Something where he was a little bit different, like a thing going on. It was all right. It didn't do anything for me. It wasn't like, oh, okay, that's a interesting performance. He was a troubled individual. That's what I should have said. He was a troubled individual, and I just didn't care for it. It was all right. It was like, it was there. I feel like this is gonna be one of my notes towards the later end of the movie, but I'm gonna just tell you up top. I feel like this one was the least star-studded cast of the three. I think the first one probably had the best ensemble of cast. The second one did have what is her name? Gal Gadot in it. So if you like Gal Gadot, she was in it. I think I want to say Armie Hammer, but I could just be making stuff up. Wasn't that the husband, Armie Hammer? Arnie Hammer, whatever his name is. Probably not. But either way, I like the cast of the first two better, like the ensemble. But you also had Lupita. No, not Lupita. What was the girl? It's one of the girls from Black Panther. She was in the second one too, so that was pretty cool. So either the first one or the second one had a better cast. Daisy Ridley, she was in the first one, The Murder on the Orient Express. Second one will be indefinitely now. So as far as cast goes, this lineup wasn't the best. This one was like, meh. It was real mid. Now let's talk about plot and did it keep my attention. So the plot of the movie was basically Hercule Poirot's he's retired, and he was like, I'm done with this mystery stuff. Everywhere I go, I just see death. I don't even want to do it no more. Then something brings him out of the fold, and now he has to solve a murder. But he's not just talking to the alive this time. This time he's talking to the dead. Dun dun dun. It's crazy stuff. So this, like I said, was a mystery with, just little bits of horror, and I thought that was really good, and I liked the way that it tied it up at the end. And I will dare not even mention any specific details about the end, but let's move on. Were there any particular scenes that stood out to me as especially good or bad? The only thing I can say was the seance scene that was in the early part of the movie. That was really good because it reminded me of what is that other movie? I can't even think of what it's called. And it's got a whole bunch of sequels, and I think it's tied to The Nun a little bit, and then they have a sequel this year. I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? It was like a horror movie, and it's like a wife and a husband, and they go around just fighting demons, not like punching them and stuff. And I cannot think of that series of movies. And they had a couple of them too. It doesn't matter, but it just reminded me of that. So and they had a movie last year and something about a trial of the devil or something like that. I don't remember, but who cares? That's what it kind of reminded me of, the seance scene. It's like, okay, I can see that being in those movies because I haven't watched those other movies. Now, on to the next thing. How do we feel about the pacing? Was it too fast, too slow? Well, for me, it felt like a book. And obviously, it's based on a book. So, of course, it's going to feel like a book. So, with that, I will say your mileage is going to vary if you like the slower pace of this film or not. Because I've noticed that I am a casual. Even though I'm a professional movie critic, I'm more of a casual when it comes to my patience with movies in slightly slower paces. I'm not here for it. It could be because, I have other obligations outside of my YouTube. So it's like, okay, I need a movie to be respectful of my time. Or if I'm just not fully engaged in the movie, because, with the creator, I said I would have watched a 5-hour cut. So maybe it could be that too. But at least with this movie, I felt the pacing slow down in the beginning, just because it was a little trying to build up. And it's like I said, it's like a book. So your mileage is going to vary. I was fine with it, but it didn't really wow me, the pacing of this movie. And something else that didn't wow me, the score, the soundtrack, all of that stuff, it was there, but it didn't do anything for me. I was just like, there's sounds, but it wasn't anything that was like, okay, this feels like a classic, iconic thing. And just so you know, it doesn't need to be. Not every movie has to have an iconic soundtrack or anything like that. This movie didn't, and that's okay. Not every movie has to go all hard and swing for the fences and do all this stuff. Some movies can just be scored, competently. They can just be, soundtracked very nicely. They don't need to go above and beyond all crazy. As far as the ending go, I really like the ending. Probably the best ending of the three, but I do like the ending of the first one. I don't even want to talk to you about how that one ended. And the ending of the second one, I like it when we get to see, okay, this is what happened. This is what we thought happened. Here's what, how it did. Oh, maybe that really did happen. Or you can see the little trailer of him seeing the ghost. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. This is the best ending of the three. Would I recommend this movie to others? That's a strong yes. I'm going to, yeah, definitely. This was, a really good time. Let me pop that on the screen real fast. Trying to do that and talk to you at the same time. So yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. This is really good. And I say go see it in theaters if you can. Don't wait. This is not a wait for streaming. This is a go see now because this is really good. It was fun. My theater was empty because, like I said, this movie came out in September 13th. So it's almost about 30 days old. So it's getting ready to leave theaters very soon. So if you're not quick, you're going to miss it. But I'd say it's a good time. Go see it. You're going to enjoy it for sure. For sure. Overall thoughts of the movie, it was good. It was fun. I enjoyed seeing the detective or whatever he is. I enjoyed seeing him do his thing. He was a master class. He's really good. I had a great time watching it. How did the movie make me feel? Normal, just entertained. So there's no point to even copy and paste that over. And then was there anything that stood out, like angles or audio sounds? I would say the Dutch angles, at least in the beginning of the film. You can kind of see with that rat just now poking out the thing. They had a fun time with camera angles in here. That's about it. Nothing super worthy of mentioning. And then as far as like how did the movie handle character development? Were they well-rounded? Were they one-dimensional? So they were fine. Hercule was obviously the standout. He had growth, but it was like forced growth. Oh, we got Vanzi in here. Let me drop Vanzi's name on the special thanks here. Vanzi's definitely been here before. Vanzi would drop that 01 on there. Boom. Vanzi 01. I'm talking about right now, was there any weakness? Well, obviously you know what we're talking about. We're talking about the movie. And then the movie, how were the characters? They were fine. The main detective, he was cool. The only character growth was that, like I said, he was retired and then he came out of retirement. And the girl on the left, she was a book writer. Nobody else had character growth. That's the long story short. So character growth was fine. You were here for the mystery. You weren't here to see these characters change from one thing to another thing. They were here. Strength and weaknesses to the movie. We can drop that in there. Strength and weaknesses. Pop that right in there. Okay, so like I said, slower pacing in the beginning, but it's fine. And the ending was really good. So I went weaknesses and then strength. So the weaknesses being it was a bit slower pacing. Could just be a me having patience thing or, not having patience thing. Because I realized I'm saying that about a lot of movies. Because even with Saw, I came at it. But with The Creator, I mentioned the pacing. But I was also fine with it because I just was really engaged into that movie because I like sci-fi. But with Equalizer 3, I said something about the pacing. With Saw, I said something about the pacing. With this next question, I went back to my previous movie review of Missing, that movie Missing, because the next question is how does it compare to other movies that are similar? So Missing being the similar movie, and I said, hey, the pacing on that when it goes into character backstory was kind of boring. So I think it's just a me and my lack of patience thing. But I would say, again, I could be representing film critics or I could be representing casuals. I feel like I'm only representing casuals when I say that because maybe film critics have more patience than I do. But as a person who has a kid and other things in real life, I just think pacing is an issue. But I'm fine with it because the movie needed to have that slower pacing. It's not a Marvel movie. And I know that's my weakness is a Marvel movie where it's just quippy joke after quippy joke after quippy joke. So that's just a personal thing. But I will just mention it just in case someone's watching it like, damn, do I have time to watch this? Like I said, I still definitely recommend it. How does this compare to movies that came out that are similar? Well, the only movie I can think of that I saw was Missing, 2023's Missing with Storm Reed and Nia Long. And it's good. It's on the same level as Missing. Missing might be a little better only because it's different. Because it's that found footage. And obviously, if you watch the review, you'll know the real genre. I'm going to call it found footage, but now I forgot. It's a screen time movie, and it was fun. Missing was really good because it was a little bit different. This was good, like I said, a little bit on the slower side, but I had a really good time with it. Is there going to be any impact this movie's going to have with an intended audience? No, they're just going to be entertained. I don't think they're going to walk away feeling like they learned the life lesson, feeling any different. They're going to just be generally entertained. As honestly, they should have made the movie for cheaper, just to be real with you. But I know Kenneth Branagh, he wants some money because he's the director, probably even the writer, and he's definitely the main actor. Tina Fey, she's probably not coming cheap. Michelle Yeoh, she's definitely not coming cheap. Actually, Hollywood be doing these female actresses dirty, so maybe he did get her for cheap. That's a good thought. I don't know. They don't ever tell you how much they got paid, but yeah. And this is a good film. No texting required. Yep, let me pop that in there. Because that's what I gotta let y'all know. Watching this film, you're not gonna feel the need to stare at your phone. Even, like I said, the pacing. I might have looked at the time, but I don't even think I did because I was too busy trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing. So yeah, this is a good film. No texting required. So what am I giving this final score? Write that out for you. Final score, I'm going to say 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 murder mysteries out of 10. See how I mentioned Murder Mystery? I forgot to watch Murder Mystery 2. It came out, and I was watching Murder Mystery 1 to get me ready for Murder Mystery 2 with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, but I didn't finish it. I saw the beginning part where they're at the wedding, and then the death happened, but I didn't finish the movie. So if you're wondering in the comment section, like, yo, did you see Murder Mystery 2? Not yet, but if you comment and I go and watch it, I'm going to come back to your comment, and I'll let you know what I thought of it. Now, final thoughts. We're actually about to get this video done. Usually it takes me 30 minutes, but we're going to get it done real soon. So final thoughts. The director loves his Dutch angles. He does, because here's a fun trivia fact. I believe this director, Kenneth Branagh, I should know it if it's a fun fact, right? But this is a fun, I think it's a fact. He also directed the first Thor movie. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Yeah, now you know. And in that first Thor movie, there was a lot of use of Dutch angles. This is when you hold the camera instead of like just normally in your hand, you kind of tilt it to the side a little bit. That's a Dutch angle. So I learned that a while ago, and now I'm sharing that fact. Other thoughts. This was a fun ride that the movie takes you on. I enjoyed it. I love murder mysteries because I said that same thing about Missing. It's a fun ride. And then also, I mentioned this earlier, but this one is the least star-studded cast of the three movies of Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and then Haunting in Venice. I couldn't rank the three, but if I had to really fast, I'm going to probably say it goes 1, 2, 3. Because I don't remember if I like the second one better than the first one because it's been a while. And I mean, it's not been a while since I've seen the second one because it came out last year, but I just don't remember the first one, how I rank it. I'm going to give the first one the benefit because I like trains better than boats. But so it goes 1, 2, and 3. It gets worse with each one. Not by a lot, not to knock the movie, but I like the ending of the third one the best out of all of them. And then my last note is the third act really starts to ramp up the mystery. It was really good. But those are my thoughts. And, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, this was a pretty short one. The movie wasn't overly remarkable. It didn't do anything different. It was just entertaining. It was really good. And thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.